The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, this defense for the Jets, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
A quick throw complete out to Isabella. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Browns had 0-1 on the year following the loss of the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses. But that was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Watson looks to throw again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. On the move past the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
First carry for Nick Chubb, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Watson on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Big Raekwon Davis, the man fighting in for that sack. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be, trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Another try after the first down sack. Watson, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Well, Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns. York able to send this one through, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They go play action with Wilson. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Hall. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. In on the tackle is the lineman, Perrion Winfrey.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Completes it to Evan Ingram. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 58 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Play action. Now Wilson. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. In for the sack, Deion Jones. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
There's another example that playing football isn't strictly being physical. You've got to think as well. Nice job reading his keys by the linebacker and going out in the open space when they dumped it to the back. He was able to make the play and stop him short of the goal line.
Ready, ready.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, Charles certainly circled that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said take the 3, but it looks like they burned the book and just said give me the analytics. And the analytics said go for it. Didn't work out.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, McCain. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And here comes Berrios. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
2 seconds to go, first quarter. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And taken right at the 35. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You can wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Third and 2, Watson. Being chased, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
York able to send this one through, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, Wilson. This pass out wide to Hall. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. But just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday I'm press it a little bit. This might be the case. It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and handle it a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's got some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Steps away to his left. That's out to Chubb, complete.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku, his first touchdown of the new season. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead now stands at 13. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
And the Browns are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Watson.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
He finds Corey Davis, and he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On first down, Wilson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
From the shotgun, Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Good push up front in that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The final shot before the break. Watson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half.
He's got a man complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They go play action now. Wilson looking left side, and he's got a man.
That's Wilson. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On third down, here's Hall.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
They'll run with Hall.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on first and goal.
And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Hall again.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have got it back to within a score.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 13-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Watson off play action. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Watson.
Got a man. It's Schwartz, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On first down, Watson out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On second down now, McCain. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 43-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Back to throw, Watson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
Hey, 31!
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Rolling to his left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley.
And the Jets are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw going to be caught by Davis. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 36, Wilson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Deion Jones, his 2nd sack of the night.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there. Saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4th and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down 1 score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. On 1st down, it's Watson.
That is caught downfield by Isabella. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The Jets are going to use the 1st of their timeouts. It's just their 1st. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
2nd down. Here's Chubb again.
And still about 3 yards shy of a 1st as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3. Up the middle they go. McCain, just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
A lot of pressure here for Cade York.
This to make it a 2-score game. York able to send this one through. And now it's a two-score game at 9, 16-7.
So that, CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Wilson's throw here caught by Mims. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Now Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Browns will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Gets this to Isabella on the jet sweep. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off. On 3rd down, McCain, and some room to maneuver.
And now the rookie's free. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. Good bounce-back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realized there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held